दोस्तों स्वागत है आप सभी का हमारे YouTube चैनल मैथमेटिकल पाठशाला में। अभी तक हम लोगों ने अलजेब्रिक एक्सटेंशन की कुछ बेसिक प्रॉपर्टीज देखी थी। सो दिस इज द लास्ट लेक्चर ऑन अलजेब्रिक एक्सटेंशन। आफ्टर दिस लेक्चर वी विल स्टार्ट स्प्लिटिंग फील्ड्स एंड आई थिंक लास्ट लेक्चर मैंने आपको कोई भी होमवर्क नहीं दिया था। चलिए ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट स्टार्ट करने से पहले कुछ क्वेश्चन देखते हैं। ये क्वेश्चन आपको गेट एग्जामिनेशन में देखने को मिल सकते हैं एज इट इज़। कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है। Prove this cos m degree where m is sum or m is any integer. This is an algebraic element and we are seeing in a rational field. So this is an algebraic element over Q. See, this cos m degree can be thought of cos m pi by 180 in terms of radian. Now we have this nice equation e power I m pi by 180 to the whole power 180 will give me plus minus 1 because this is nothing but cos m pi by 180 plus sine iota sine m pi by 180 to the whole power 180 degree. So it will give you cos m pi plus iota sine m pi. Iota sine m pi will be 0, but cos m pi it will be either plus or minus 1. That depends upon the whether this m is an even integer or is an odd integer. So if it is even integer, it will give us 1. If it is odd integer, it will give us minus 1. So clearly I can say this element e power iota m pi by 180, this is an algebraic element and this is a root of this equation x to the power 180 minus plus 1. So this is a root of this equation. Now this is an algebraic. If you take m to be a negative integer, then what will be your situation? Your situation will be like this. Cos is an even function, so cos minus m pi by 180, but sine is an odd function. So if you put m to be an negative integer, then you will have minus I. This must satisfy this equation again. So this is also an algebraic element. Its power 1 by 80 will give you plus minus 1 again with same argument. So this is an algebraic element, this is an algebraic element. We know that sum of two algebraic element is again algebraic element. So if you do summation, you will get 2 cos m pi by 180. So this is an algebraic element. So this will imply cos m pi by 180 is algebraic over Q. Why it is so? Because you can use the criteria for it too. Since this element is algebraic, if you multiply with some algebraic element, you are going to get an algebraic element. So you multiply with 1 by 2, you will get algebraic element. Similar argument you can use if you take the subtraction, you will have 2 iota sine m pi by 180. This will imply this is an algebraic element. If you take the subtraction, it will imply sine m pi by 180. This is algebraic over Q because here you have to multiply with 1 upon 2i. Clearly I is an algebraic over Q because you have a polynomial x square plus 1. 2 is algebraic element, so its inverse will also be an algebraic element, and if you multiply with the inverse of 2 iota, you will get sine m pi by 180. So this is an algebraic over Q. So अगर आपको कोई भी पूछे cos 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, they are not transcendental number, they are algebraic elements over Q. Now let me ask you this question. I am taking the extension of Q. Say this is 3 plus 4i, 3 minus 4i over Q. What can you say about the degree of this extension? Or let me write one more. Say square root of 1 plus root 3 iota plus square root of 1 minus root 3 iota over Q. What can you say about this extension? Or what can you say the degree? See, if you guess in your examination, there is a high chance to commit a mistake. this is looking very complicated type problem. But if you see the degree of extension is 1 actually. So this is not a new extension, this is just the Q1, you can say. And the same technique you can use here. I will solve this problem and I will give you a hint for this that you can solve by yourself. But trust me, if you are not able to solve this problem, you are not getting the idea. So let's solve this problem. This 3 plus 4 iota. Whenever you are seeing an square root, then try to find the square of this element. That means there is an element in Q or Q iota, or in Q iota, which is a square of this 3 plus 4i. So clearly you can see this 2 plus iota, if you take square of this, you will have 4 minus 1 plus 4i, that means 3 plus 4i. So this element is a square of this 3 plus 4i. If you see 2 minus iota square, you will have 4 minus 1 minus 4 iota, that means 3 minus 4 iota. That means this element is a square of this element. So in place of square root I can take 2, in place of this I can take 2 plus iota, and in place of this I can take 2 minus iota. So this first extension, this is a 2 plus iota plus 2 minus iota over Q. That is, this is Q. 2 plus iota plus 2 minus iota, your iota will get cancelled out, you will have Q adjoint 4. But if you adjoint 4 in Q, you will not get anything new. You are already land up in Q. So you are seeing the degree Q over Q, which is exactly 1. And the same logic you have to use here. But the hint is, here I have got the square root quickly, but here you have to write 3 or 4 lines to find the square. You have to take this format. So you are looking for an element a plus iota b whose square gives you 1 plus root 3 iota. So you compare, then you will get a square minus b square 1. This equation may have infinitely many solutions, or may have more than one solution. 1 0 and 0 1 are already there. Here it may have minus 1 and 0 and minus, say if you choose a to be plus minus 1 and b to be 0, you will have solution a to be 0, b to be plus minus 1. Okay, no, that will not give you solution. So this you will get by comparing the real part, and if you compare the imaginary part, you will get 2ab is equal to root 3. So solve this equation, put your value of b into this and find the value of a. Then you may have more than one values of a and more than one values of b. You choose any one which you like. So you choose your values accordingly. Then from here you will get a square of this element. Similarly find the square of this element, and you will actually feel this is nothing but this is exactly q square root of 6 over q. So the degree of this extension will be 2, because this is a quadratic extension and this is a real quadratic extension. It is looking complex, but it is going to be a real quadratic extension. So इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन गेट एग्जामिनेशन में पूछे जा सकते हैं. Now let's see, suppose we are having a base field f. Suppose this is a field K and I am saying this is an algebraic extension, and suppose this is an extension of K, let us call this L, and this is also algebraic. What can you say about the L over F, whether this extension is going to be algebraic or not? What can you say about this? If you think of some examples, every time you will get this L over F is going to be algebraic, because to construct some non-algebraic extension is a tough task. Okay, till now we have not seen any non-algebraic extension. I'll give you soon example for the non-algebraic extension. What can you say about this L over F, whether it is algebraic or not? Let's try to prove. Suppose if I prove that every element in L is algebraic over F, then I am done. Let's choose. Let L be any arbitrary element of this L. Since this L is algebraic over K, that means there is a polynomial which is defined on K and contains L as a root. This implies A0 plus A1L plus AN L to the power n is equal to 0 for some AI's are coming from K. That means there is a polynomial which contains L as a root. So I am not writing in form of X, I am writing directly this L is a root of some non-zero polynomial in K. So, and I have to prove this L is an algebraic element over F. Let's observe this extension. What can you say about this? F adjoint A0, A1 up to AN and L. I have already inserted all the coefficient for this polynomial A0, A1, AN, and I have inserted this element L. What can you say about this extension? Whether this is a finite extension or infinite extension? Let's observe in this manner. This is same as the degree of this extension will be A0, A1 up to AN comma L over A0, A1 up to AN into degree of extension of A0, A1 up to AN over F. Clearly this is finite. Why it is finite? See, this F A0, A1 up to AN comma L and this F A0, A1, AN, these all the coefficients are present here. So you are not bother about these elements A0, A1 up to AN. You are bothering about L. But there is a polynomial in this extension which contains L as a root, because this polynomial is now defined on this, not in K. It is already in K, but the way I have constructed this extension A0, F, A0, A1, AN, L, the way I have constructed this polynomial is defined in this and contains L as a root. And what can be the degree of this extension? At most n, because I am not saying this is a minimal polynomial. This is some polynomial which contains L as a root. So minimal polynomial must divide this L, this polynomial, and the degree of this is n. So the extension here can be at most n. So this first is finite. What about the second? This is also finite because this we have already seen in previous one. Because why it is finite? We know that K over F is finite extension if and only if K is generated by finitely many algebraic elements, and these algebraic elements should be over F. This we have seen in our previous lecture. So here you notice this A0, A1, AN, these are coming from K, and this extension is actually a subfield of K, because K contains F, K contains A0, A1, AN. So this K contains this field generated by A0, A1 up to AN. So this is a subfield of K, and this extension is generated by finitely many algebraic elements over F, because each element A0, A1, AN, each element is algebraic over F, since K by F is an algebraic extension. So we know that this theorem we have proved earlier. This K by F is finite if and only if K is generated by finitely many algebraic elements. So this is generated by finitely many algebraic elements, so is finite. So finite into finite will always give you some finite quantity. So if it is finite, we know that every finite extension is algebraic extension. So this is the technique I am using to prove that every element here is a algebraic. It is not necessary this L is a finite extension, but every element is an algebraic element, and I am using the technique by showing by constructing some extension which is finite and which contains L. That proves that every element in this is algebraic element over F. That means L is also algebraic over F. So this forces us L is, this is a particular case because every element in this extension is algebraic. So in particular this L is an algebraic over F, and L was an arbitrary element. So this shows that this L over F is algebraic extension. So transitivity holds in algebraic extension. If K over F is algebraic, L over K is algebraic, then L over F is again algebraic. अगर कोई मल्टीपल सिलेक्ट क्वेश्चन है तो उस टाइप में, उस क्वेश्चन में इस टाइप के स्टेटमेंट आपसे पूछे जा सकते हैं, whether this satisfy transitivity or not. Now once you understand this, let me ask a basic question which is coming in my mind. Suppose you are having this q adjoint root 2. You are having q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3. Clearly this is a 2 degree extension, this is 3 degree extension. Neither this is this is not contained in this, and this is also not available here. So these two are different extension of q. This is a 3 degree extension, this is 2 degree extension. Can you give me a smallest field containing these two subfields or these two fields? Give me the smallest field which contains this, and this is the small, this should be smallest. And if such a field exists, definitely that will exist, and that field is known as the composition of this field and this field. So let me define first composition, then I will come to the answer of this. Composite field. Let K1 and K2 be two subfields of K, then K1, K2. This is the notation I am using. The notation I am using from Dummett and Foote book. All the notation I will be using from Dummett and Foote book. If I give you some content from any other book, but the notation will be uniform for me. Then K1 K2 is the smallest subfield of K containing K1 and K2, or you can say you collect all the subfields which contain K1 and K2 both, and then take the intersection of these fields. Then you will get this smallest subfield of K which contains K1 and K2. So what should be the answer here? Can I take this one? Let's see. Suppose this is your Q. So this is a 2 degree extension, this is a 3 degree extension, because here your minimal polynomial is x cube minus 2. Here your minimal polynomial of root 2 is x square minus 2. So this is a 3 degree extension, this is 2 degree extension. So if you go here, your extension will be of degree at least 3 and at least 2, and must be a multiple of 2 and 3. So this extension must be a at least 6 degree extension, because multiply of 2 and 3 will be 6. Can I take this one? Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 6. Actually this is the field which is a composition of this field and this field. Let's see how. Root 2 and 2 power 1 by 3, these both are contained in 2 power 1 by 6, because if 2 power 1 by 6 is there, then if you multiply with 2 power 1 by 6, or if you take the square of this element, you will get 2 power 1 by 3. If you take cube of this element, you will get this element, and square and cube will definitely be there because we are in a field. So this Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 6 contains root 2 and 2 power 1 by 3 both. So this extension and this extension both are there. But how to claim the smallest one? That means this is the smallest subfield. No subfields are in between. So suppose let K be any field containing say it is containing root 2 and 2 power 1 by 3. If it contains root 2 and 2 power 1 by 3, then I have to show that this K actually contains 2 power 1 by 6. For that I need to show that 2 power 1 by 6 is already in K. Can I write 2 power 1 by 6 as 2 power 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 or root 2 upon 2 power 1 by 3? I can write this. If it contains root 2 and 2 power 1 by 3, definitely it contains inverse of 2 power 1 by 3, that is 1 upon 2 power 1 by 3. If it contains root 2 and 1 upon 2 power 1 by 3, then it must contain their product. Their product is exactly 2 power 1 by 6. So this is inside K. That means if K be any extension of Q root 2 and Q 2 power 1 by 3 which contains, or if K be any extension of this, then this K must contain this also, because 2 power 1 by 6 is there. That means this is the smallest one. Now, if you understand this one, let me ask you this question. Suppose K1 is an extension of F which is of finite degree. K2 is an extension of F which is again of finite degree. Then what can you say about this degree of K1, K2 over F? Or more precisely, suppose this degree is N and say this degree is M. Then what can you say about the degree of extension of K1, K2 over F? This is the smallest field containing K1 and K2. You are seeing this extension. You are having this situation. Can it be product always? For a particular example, suppose if I choose it to be Q, this is Q root 2 and say this is Q 2 power 1 by 4. The degree of extension is 4. The degree of extension here is 2. Give me the smallest field containing this one and this one, but that field is actually Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 4. This is 2 degree extension, this is 1 degree extension. So to reach from here to here, you need degree 4, not their product. The product will be 8. So you cannot say this is always a product. Can I say this is always less than or equal to? Can I say this? Yeah, actually I can say this. This is less than or equal to degree of K1 over F into degree of K2 over F. The proof is very easy. Let me give you 1 or 2 line hint. Suppose the degree of K1 over F is N and degree of K2 over F is, say, this. First observe this thing. This I can write in this manner, K1 K2 over K1, because this K1 K2 is an extension of K1, because this K1 K2 contains K1 and K2 both. I can also write in this format. This is also an extension of K2. So this forces me K1 over F and K2 over F. The degree of these two extension divides degree of K1, K2 over F. That I can surely say. This divides this one and this divides this one. So from here you see you can say this N comma M divides K1 K2 over F. So this K1 K2 contains a factor of m and n both, because n is a divisor of this, m is a divisor of this. So this degree contains factor of n and m both. That means I have finished this proof. Actually, this will definitely hold. Okay, not for this, sorry for the wrong comment, because if you choose n to be 4 and m to be 2, then I cannot say it contains a factor of 8. Sorry for the wrong comment. Let me give you more precise way. So this I have not proved it till now. The example I have just gave you, the q adjoint 2 power 1 by 4 and q adjoint root 2. So sorry for the wrong comment. So I know only this thing, this n is a divisor of this and m is a divisor of this. I cannot say about the product. Let's see in this manner. You note down this point. This k1 is of n degree, so I can say alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha n be a basis for k1 over f. Similarly, I can say beta 1, beta 2, beta m be a basis for k2 over f. Can I say this k1, k2 and this field extension alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n, beta 1 up to beta m. Can I say these two extensions are same? What is the meaning of this? This is the smallest field containing f, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n and beta 1, beta 2 up to beta m. What is this k1, k2? This is the smallest field containing k1 and k2. If it is containing k1, k2, it must contain alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n, because this is the basis of k1. This must contain beta 1, beta 2, beta m. So this must contain this one, because this is the smallest field. And this is again by definition, this is the smallest field containing k1 and k2. This extension contains k1 because it is containing basis of k1 over f. This extension contains k2 because it contains basis of k2 over f. So this extension contains actually k1 and k2. So these two extensions are same. But what may be the problem? That some elements in alpha is may be linear multiple of some elements of beta, or some element of alpha 1 or some element here can be written as a linear combination of some element of here. So this may be the problem. But one thing is very clear, I can say this one, alpha I beta j, where this set span your k1, k2, this I can say, because if I take all the combinations of alpha I and beta j's, I will get k1, k2, or every element of k1, k2 can be written as a linear combination of alpha i's and beta j's, alpha I beta j's. So this is a spanning set of k1, k2. If this is a spanning set, if I remove the linearly dependent elements, I will get a basis. So I can surely say a k1, k2 over f, its degree is less than mn, because how many elements are there of this format? Exactly m into n, because for each I have n choices, for each j I have m choices. So for alpha I beta j I have total mn choices, but there may be a chance there are some linearly dependent elements. So I have to remove those linearly dependent elements. So this argument is a valid argument for this proof. Now what can you say when I can have the equality in mn? The way I have defined this equality, the only thing is to be noted out here, if this alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n and beta 1, beta 2, beta m, these all are linearly independent, then I can say this basis contains exactly mn elements. If some elements is linearly dependent, then it will have less than or equal to mn elements. So if these are linearly independent, then I have mn elements. And this equality occur if and only if alpha I or alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n, beta 1, beta 2, up to beta m are Li over f. This should be linearly independent over f. Then I can say I can have the equality. I think this content is sufficient for the algebraic extension. आज का लेक्चर मैं थोड़ा जल्दी खत्म कर रहा हूँ because the new topic we will start in new lecture and we will be starting splitting field. आप ट्राई करना डमिट फूटे की जो बुक है उसमें आपको अभी तक जितना हमने पढ़ा है अलजेब्रिक एक्सटेंशन तक उसके जितने भी क्वेश्चन आप सॉल्व कर सको उतने सॉल्व करो. आपको कॉन्सेप्ट में हेल्प मिलेगी, एग्जाम में हेल्प मिलेगी और आगे जब आप जो अच्छी अच्छी बुक्स पढ़ोगे उसमें भी आपको हेल्प मिलेगी. तो आप ट्राई करना जितनी भी एक्सरसाइज आप खुद से सॉल्व कर सको. हम लोग आपको असाइनमेंट प्रोवाइड कराएंगे बहुत जल्दी जो आपके मल्टीपल टाइप के क्वेश्चंस को कंटेन करेगा. बट आप ट्राई करना खुद से जितने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो वो आपके लिए बेहतर रहेगा. चलिए अब हम मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग दिस लेक्चर.